Hello, everyone. It is Monday, October 26th. I'm Luis Cruz, Community Relations Director for the San Diego Union-Tribune. Today on Together San Diego, we're going to delve into one of the most difficult discussions any family could ever face, and that's talking about losing a baby during a pregnancy. 1 in 4 pregnancies in America ends in miscarriage, and it's something that happened to Mark and Kim Morrison. Mark and Kim join me now to share what they learned through their experience in hopes that it will help others. Mark and Kim, thank you both very much for joining me today.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you for having us.
It's my pleasure. You have a young son. His name is Logan, the cutest thing here. He's your rainbow baby, a term used to describe a healthy baby following 1 or more miscarriages. Tell us a little bit about him.
Well, Logan is going to be 4 coming up here in December, and he's our little man. He's awesome. A real blessing, something we're very thankful for. That little smile really sums it all up. But yeah, he's our little guy, mama's boy.
Now, after you had Logan, you knew you wanted to continue to grow your family, and you did get pregnant, but then you lost the baby. How did this impact Logan, who thought he was going to be a big brother?
Oh, wow. That was one of the most difficult aspects of any of the losses that we've endured. We've unfortunately had multiple pregnancy losses. My wife has definitely soldiered through all of them and really just bared the brunt and endured all of it. But this added an aspect that was really difficult because he was just coming up on 2. So he didn't understand all of what it meant to be a big brother, but he did have some grasp on what the concept meant. And he was really excited about it. And to this day, he's excited about it. Whenever he has an eyelash fall and we say, blow and make a wish, he always wishes for a little brother and sister. So that loss was bad enough for us, obviously, for reasons that are pretty apparent. But breaking it to him was really gut-wrenching. It was probably one of the more difficult things that I've done, at least in my life. And it just added a level of pain and seeing the disappointment. He wasn't really old enough to understand the pain of it, but the disappointment of it all, it amplified everything exponentially.
And him not understanding why. Where is the baby now? What's going on? It just stops. So that was
up.
So, Mark, you wrote I should mention you're a San Diego firefighter and you're also on the bomb squad, but you wrote Whirlwinds to Rainbow, the story of us. What inspired you to write this book, and what purpose do you hope it serves?
Well, I mean, there were multiple inspiring factors in the entire process. As everybody is well aware of, 2020 has been quite the year, to put it bluntly. But in any event, it was during quarantine, and I just, by nature of my profession, I was still going to work, but I saw firsthand how this was really devastating a lot of people, health-wise as well as mentally, and the psychological well-being was really compromised. And we talk about it with a lot of folks. Most families, every weekend on their calendar had something, whether it was a baseball game or a birthday party, barbecue, baby shower, all of that in the blink of an eye was just gone. And I was so overwhelmingly grateful to the fact that I had my wife and son to be here with. If I'm going to be quarantined, if I'm going to be alone with people, it's these people, the people that are most important to me. And it was a very humbling experience to realize that it was all possible because of what Kim endured. Some of the worst possible experiences, mentally, emotionally, physically painful experiences. And I was very grateful to have that. So around March, I thought, if Mother's Day is coming up and quarantine doesn't seem to be showing any signs of stopping. So I just, again, with that high sense of gratitude, I wanted to do something nice. So it kind of started off as a poem to some degree of appreciation and reflection on this journey. And then I thought, well, you know what? Let's turn this into a children's book, because so many people, the reason it's Whirlwinds to Rainbow, the story of us. Yes, this book was written based on our story, but this is so many people's stories. So many people have had that series of storms that they've had to overcome. And the rainbow appeared because of that resilience, that resolve. And I thought, how awesome would it be if our story is also other people's story, and you could read that book, read that story to your rainbow baby about how mommy was this just ultimate warrior that never gave up and never gave in. And it's a celebration of the ultimate struggle and suffering and overcoming that because of that determination. And I just thought, how awesome would this be? And that was what really inspired it. And what made it even better is I was born and raised down in San Ysidro, and my best friend of 30 years was a really talented artist. And it just so happened that, hey, I have these words I'd like to have illustrated, and he was able to bring my thoughts and ideas to life via illustration. And you talk about a family in-house project, that's what this was. And it was just, all of it came together, and it worked out.
That's great. Kim, this is obviously a very personal experience. What did you say to Mark when he told you he was working on this book?
Well, I read the poem many times and just couldn't stop crying. So I was like, okay, that's great. I'm super excited for you. Obviously starting a new adventure with a new business and writing a book. That was a little scary as well, putting our story out there, but knowing that this community is unfortunately really, really big, but they're also very supportive, and we are not alone. And we just want others to know that they're not alone. I guess a little selfishly, I was a little bit jealous because I've been a teacher for 15 years and I have read thousands, hundreds of thousands of read aloud stories and children's books. And I've always wanted to be an author. So I'm just very proud of my husband that at least there's, a Morrison on the front cover. So.
Yeah.
How would you say, would you say that this has helped you through some of the healing process?
I would definitely say it's helped a lot. I mean, the first 50 times I read the book, I could not get through it without crying, to where I couldn't even read it to friends. It was just, it's a beautiful book, but it's so personal. But hearing my husband read it and seeing the copies of the books and everything, it has helped tremendously. And going through and figuring out our illustrations and what really connects and what will draw people to this book was very healing for me, and we're hoping it's healing for everyone else.
And Kim, you mentioned you're a teacher. What grade do you teach, by the way?
I am a second grade teacher, but I was kindergarten forever, and then Kinderland, and loved it as well.
That's awesome. Okay, so why should families consider adding this to their library?
This is obviously I'm biased because I wrote it, so but it is. For me, the funny thing is, as a tribute to what Kim was saying about the emotion in reading it, while writing it, found myself getting a little bit emotional, because you're taking this trip down a memory lane that isn't all, sunshine and rainbows. There was some definite dark times, but what I really wanted to convey in this book is just the heroism of mom, and the celebration of triumph over one of the worst forms of misery, the worst forms of pain, the loss of your prospective child, and being able to overcome that and paint mommy in a light that she deserves. Not to mention the book, as it transitions from a recount of past events to the future, the theme of the book is we endured a struggle, and because of the fact that you're born of someone who's a warrior who never gives up, you are going to be capable of reaching the stars, of taking on the world and being the most successful and being the most brave and being able to endure your struggles, any struggles that you come across, because that you were forged in those fires, and that's what makes you strong. And I feel as though any family that reads this, or any mom or dad or whomever that reads this to their child, it's just a triumphant story of how we got here, and the sky's the limit for us. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to fly. And that's why I feel people will feel drawn to this book.
So how much is it? Where can people get more information on the book, and where can people buy it?
So right now we are starting out with an introductory price of $19.99. The book is 100% made from beginning to end here in the USA, which is something that was really important to us, important to me. And it's a board book, so to not be corny, but it is bomb-proof. Kids can't just tear pages out of it. Like it's definitely durable. It can take a beating. And if you are interested, you can go to our website, bombproofamily.com, and that's where it's available. And if you sign up for our subscription list, there is a 20% off promo code that we're running for the first run of our books. Mm-hmm. And we also have our Facebook page, Bombproof Family, as well as our Instagram, Bombproof Family and Bombproof Family Dad. And those are our 2 Instagram accounts, if you want to follow along with our saga.
So tell me a little bit about what is, I know you refer yourself as the Bombproof Family. What does that mean?
Well, so as you alluded to in the beginning of the interview, I am on the San Diego Bomb Squad. But just that term in general, and that even in the fire service or in the military, when they talk about something that's bomb-proof, it's something that is very, very resilient, something that's very strong. And we say this all the time. We don't claim to be the perfect social media family and that everything isn't always sunshine and rainbows again, but we are a family that is committed to withstanding any obstacle, any challenge. We're going to remain bomb-proof. When the dust settles, we're going to be here and we're going to get through whatever it is. And that in and of itself is really a defining attribute and characteristic of what's gotten us here, especially with our family and our son. You talk about surviving explosions, if you want to call them that, or blasts. Losing our pregnancies has rocked our world. Yet we decided together we're not going to be stopped. Like this is something that we're going to achieve. Our family's our goal, and that's what the Bomb-Proof Family means. And hopefully other people subscribe to that same idea that, family's everything, and we'll be indestructible. We'll get rocked, but we'll keep,
and not giving up and knowing that you're not alone.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add to that, Kim?
He sums it up perfectly. We just know that it's not just us as a bomb-proof family. We want everyone to know that they are a bomb-proof family. It's not just the Morrisons. It's a community, and just being strong and never giving up and knowing that there's hardships in life. We all know that. And just never, ever give up. That's our message.
Yeah, that's great. What's your advice to other families who may experience a miscarriage?
Well, what we found is it's different for everybody. There's no one size fits all for the grieving process and how people cope. I would say that one of the things that we found that was really a very just bizarre phenomenon was how we felt compelled to, when we got pregnant after the first loss, to keep it a secret because, well, if we lose this one, we don't want people to know. And after reflecting on that years later, we kind of came to the conclusion that is such a recipe for disaster, because what we found was we would have, our family, our close friends who were our tightest knit support group, who were completely in the dark about what we were going through because we were, I guess, embarrassed to tell them. Mm-hmm. So what ends up happening, and we're not advocating that, everybody should just go out and tell the world, because everybody, again, grieves differently, but that there's no reason for shame. That was one of the big things that the conclusion we came to was, why is there embarrassment? There's nothing that we did wrong. We took all the vitamins, we had prenatal care, we did all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And yet for a reason that's inexplicable to us, it just didn't happen. So just to try to not shoulder that guilt and, and not keep it secret. I don't know, what else do you think?
And to share with others, because there's so many in this community that are going through the exact same thing as us. And a lot of people, we started this journey in May on social media, and so many have reached out to us just thanking us for sharing our story, and that they in turn shared their story and never would have done that otherwise. So that was really reassuring to us that we were doing the right thing and just getting it out there, because it's so common, unfortunately.
Speaking of sharing, how can people follow along with you on your journey to get stories of inspiration and hope?
So on our website, bombprooffamily.com, Mark has written several blogs. He is the writer. I have contributed to several of them with just telling the stories of the different miscarriages. He puts it in a better light and comical light. And then you can also follow us on Instagram. My handle is @bombprooffamily and Mark's is @bombprooffamilydad. We also are on Facebook, Bombproof Family. And we just share our journeys, pictures of Logan overload.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't think we can get enough pictures of Logan. He's just
We agree.
Yeah. Is there anything else that either of you would like to add?
No, we appreciate. First of all, we appreciate you having us on.
Yes.
It's a big deal to us, just in helping to spread the message. It's an important thing. It's very personal to us for this to be successful, simply because of what it represents. If there's ever a Mama Warrior tribute, this is it. This really is something that we're proud of. And for anyone that's going through this or who's been through this, you're not alone. This is just hopefully a tool that you can use to really highlight your struggles and more importantly, highlight your achievements and your triumph. And
a lot of people don't know how to speak to people. I mean, even their close friends or family members that have been going through this loss or have experienced a loss. And this could be a good nonverbal way, this book, a good nonverbal way of showing that we understand what you're going through. We're supporting you. It's a beautiful book.
Yes, it looks great. I can't wait to delve into it some more. Thank you so much for sharing your personal story with us. Once again, the book is Whirlwinds to Rainbow, the story of us. Mark and Kim Morrison, the Bombproof family. Thank you so much for your time today and for sharing your story.
Thank you so much.
And thank you everybody at home for watching. We hope you have a great day.
San Diegans accomplish great things every day. We care about our neighbors and our community. We are proud of our diversity. We are resilient. We hold our leaders accountable. We live in one of the most dynamic cities in America, the San Diego Union-Tribune, telling San Diego's story for more than 150 years.